Have you ever walked into a tackle shop and stared at the wall of lures with all the different colors and been completely overwhelmed? If so, this video is for you. Today we're going to break down exactly what colors of lures and floats to throw in certain conditions. I've prepared all morning for this video and cross-referenced many different sources. I wanted to pick up a pattern. And the pattern that I am getting deals with light conditions and water conditions. And then most importantly, depth of water that we're fishing. Let's start there. Fishing the Florida Panhandle, the Gulf, we're not dealing with a lot of deep water. Depending on tide, up close can be anywhere from a foot to a foot and a half. And then out deep, which is the main trough, can get anywhere from 5 to 6 foot. If you've ever swam out there, you know once you hit that trough, because the water gets cooler from like your waist down. That's about all we're fishing, guys. There's not a lot of over-the-bar fishing here in the Panhandle. Now saying that, when sandbars do cut in close, you are able to get your baits or your lure back behind that bar. And those are excellent spots to fish. But as far as where we're standing on the beach to the main bar, we're fishing everything in front of that. So picking colors has a lot to do with that depth of water. That depth of water, what the sky looks like, and what the water looks like. Clear water, bright sun, go natural. Natural and flashy. Think chrome, chrome silver, gold. GT Ice Cream does a great chrome pink. Those are go-to colors for me for Spanish mackerel and bluefish when the skies are bright and the water's clean. Stained or murky water, overcast days, you really have two choices. Again, depending on water depth. Bright colors for visibility when you're fishing up close, and darker colors when you're fishing deep because the predators are looking up at the bait and you want to create a silhouette. Whiting, go natural. We have a lot of success with whiting on those bright bluebird days, clean water, using just little translucent beads. Anything with not a lot of flash, but a lot of reflection. Those faceted beads work well because the way they're angled, they reflect a lot of light, like a disco ball. Translucence, this little light gold bead here I use a lot. In those clean conditions, the light will reflect off those beads that'll draw those whiting in. Darker or murky water with overcast days, I'm fishing up close for whiting most of the time, so I'm gonna brighten it up. The chartreuses, the pinks. If I am on a whiting bite out deep, it's usually because I've caught it on a pompano rig. I'm not actively targeting whiting out deep. So if I pull in a couple whiting on a pompano rig, and I wanna try to get some numbers, then I'm gonna darken my float up for those whiting, drop the hook size, and start fishing shrimp out deep. Same setup as the pompano, I would tie that drop high, get it closer to the surface, let the light penetrate down, create a silhouette, and hopefully fill the cooler. Let's get into lure casting. Spanish mackerel, bluefish, Jack Crevalle, drum even. These are an absolute blast to target and catch, and you can create a whole pastime out of them. We have some great lure casting rods up here at Panhandle Salt that's specifically what they are for. These rods have a very dialed in lure capacity. 3/4 ounce to 2 ounce, 1/2 ounce to 1.5, 1 to 2. Then you get that lure weight right in the middle of those rod specs, and you're gonna have a blast. You're gonna get distance and performance out of that lure. Clean water, bright skies, Spanish mackerel, I'm going chrome, gold, anything natural. I don't see a lot of people using these for Spanish, but these work great. Any kind of jerk with a natural paint job on those bright days, clean water, they will destroy that. Murky water, overcast days. Depends on where I'm throwing that lure. Most of these lures that we're throwing, we're burning them right under the water surface. The ES lures, the casting cudas, the magic missiles, all those burners that we're burning back, they're not incredibly deep. So we put a 100-yard cast on them and we're burning them back. They are just below the surface. So there is light penetrating on them. So in that murky water, overcast day, I want to go dark. But then it depends on where I'm getting the bite. Is that bite coming up close, or am I getting that bite out deep? But if I'm seeing those Spanish popping up close in a lower depth of water, I'm gonna tie on a little jig with some flash. Again, this is in stained water, overcast days. A little jig with some flash will pick them up. They're feeding in 2 to 3 foot of water at this point. So really I'm trying to make my lure stand out from all the other bait fish in the area. I'm gonna work this guy hard and fast with a chartreuse or pink and hopefully catch their attention. Bluefish, aggressive guys. They'll eat a freaking brick if it's moving. Same principle in the dark, overcast days. I'm gonna brighten up those lures, chartreuses, flashy pinks, flashy greens. But if they're out deep, I'm gonna darken them. Again, because they're more than likely feeding from bottom up. I wanna create that silhouette. So let's circle back and get into clean water. Clean water, bright days, bluefish, I'm just gonna go natural, guys. Silvers, these redheads do well. Again, with your flashy stuff like the chromes, the golds, you're reflecting light. Jack Crevalle, absolute blast to catch, easy to catch. It's a very easy fish to catch once you find the schools. They're like bluefish, they're gonna smash anything. And this is important to note with species such as the bluefish, the Spanish, the Jack Crevalles. A lot of times it's not even about the color, guys, it's about the movement. The movement and how fast or slow you're retrieving that lure. But when deciding what lure to tie on, you're gonna up your chances of success if you put some kind of theory behind it. And guys, don't worry, I've created a whole printout I'm gonna link in the description of this video that goes over everything we're talking about today. You're gonna have a full printout of what colors to use in certain water conditions and light conditions by species. Circling back to the jacks, guys, once you find that schools, you just gotta get something in front of them. If they're not hitting it with the burn, jig it. You'll eventually attract some attention. Red drum, this is where the silhouette trick shines. If you're from the Panhandle, you've heard the reds like it rough and dirty. We get a strong red drum bite in rough, dirty conditions. They thrive there. So if you're not slinging cut bait out and you're trying to target these guys with lures, you want to use that silhouette effect. They're more than likely going to be out deeper as they're bigger fish. So in those dingy water, low light conditions, those orange lures work well, reds, whatever you're burning, create that silhouette. Dark water, light penetrating from the top, dark object, create an outline. As much as I wish I could tell my customers that come in the shop, hey, this is what's working today, it wouldn't be the truth. I think sometimes they even get aggravated at me. What colors are working today? I'll say, I don't know. It's overcast now, but it could be bright in 5 minutes. We all wish there was that one color trick, but it's constantly changing. Just like we do with our Pompano rigs, you need to keep an arsenal of lures with different colors, different shapes and sizes, and different actions. That way you can adjust on the fly when needed. Let's create a scenario. I walk out on a beach, first light, the sun's just starting to creep up. I'm gonna go straight glow, or even a lure that has some glow in it. I wanna fish that glow lure for the first maybe 10 or 15 minutes as that sun's rising. Once the sun gets up, I'll have a better understanding of what I'm dealing with. Did the sun come straight up? Is it behind a cloud? What's the water look like? Now I can make an educated decision on what lure I'm tying on next. So we're gonna go with bright sunny day, extremely clean water. I'm going natural, straight silver. Depending on the season and species, I might tie on a chrome because visibility is great right now. These guys can see everything. There's a bright penetrating sun. I don't be messing around with no big purple lure. Go natural. Now let's say as I'm fishing, it darkens up. We get some cloud cover, not so bright anymore. That could prompt me to go a little flashy, like a green, a pink, a chartreuse. With cloud cover, the visibility underwater is gonna get hindered. So back to the bright, I'm throwing my nice natural looking bait, I can't get a hit. I'm not gonna go straight to pink, I'm gonna change profile. I might drop it down, go smaller. I might go completely different, throw on a big old paddle tail or something. Don't guess out there, guys, right? Know the theory, stick to the theory, but let's change profile and even cadence. How fast are you retrieving that? Are you jigging it? Are you burning it? Are you skipping across the top? All that stuff matters. Stick to the plan. Second scenario, I get on the beach, I throw glow, sun comes up, we have stained water, sun's behind the clouds, it's dark and gloomy out there. I want to create those silhouettes. Oranges, purples, reds, and that's casting deep. But if I'm jigging up close, maybe I have a little inshore rod with me where I'm not casting deep, I'm just playing around with lips in those closed sandbars, maybe for flounder. I want them to see something. Again, they're not necessarily gonna be looking up at it. In the shallower water, they're more than likely gonna be looking at it. Chartreuses, pinks, greens, something to catch their attention through that darker water and overcast day. So what I urge you guys to do is download the cheat sheet that I've created. Keep that on hand. Keep it in your rig bag, your tackle box, and I stand behind this. I feel like I have a good representation of what's going on out there in certain conditions. You'll be able to look at this sheet and make an educated decision on what you're tying on next. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I know it was a lot. That's why I created this sheet. This sheet is gonna help you tremendously. So it's no more walking in the tackle shop and guessing. Once you get on the beach and see the water clarity, you'll have an excellent idea of what to tie on first. And then from there, you want to adjust speed and profile, not necessarily color. As always, thanks for the continued support here at Panhandle Salt. I'll see you guys on the next one.